This lighting is so bad. It's just so bad. Oh my gosh, I need to buy lighting equipment. Dear disclaimer, I have filmed this video about 8 times now. I am in the middle of decorating, actually, or crafting 4 decorations for our vacation Bible school. We have the theme submerged this year, so everything's underwater themed. So I just made a whole bunch of plates into turtles, and now I'm going to make a whole bunch of plates into crabs. So you might see me cutting and doing nonsense while I'm filming this. I wanted to film a video to tell you a story, and I've realized just how hard it is for me to get through this story because I have so many regrets with it. But I think that might be why it's so important for me to tell it, because as of late, if you've been reading my blog at all, you'll know that I have not been in the best of moods. And you know, that happens sometimes. Sometimes things in your life just don't go great. Sometimes things don't end up the way you want them to. But that isn't always necessarily a bad thing. So I'm going to tell the story that you've already heard before, because I need to remind myself of that. When I was 13, I was in a really dumb relationship. I had just gotten out of middle school. It was summer of 2008, and there was a boy in a summer program that I was involved in. We're going to call him Solomon for this video because I have no reason to say his name on this channel. Solomon was 15, and he was attracted to me, and I couldn't believe that someone who was actually pretty cute and that a lot of people really liked was interested in me. It blew my mind, and so I got really excited and really invested in this relationship. I gave him my number, he met my parents, he met my sister, we talked every day on the phone for at least an hour. He was actually my first kiss, which is unfortunate because I don't actually remember how that went. I thought that, this was the person that I was going to spend forever and the rest of my life with, because obviously everybody finds their soulmate at 13. Turns out that he was not my soulmate. A lot of people warned me that he was going to cheat because that's what he did to all of his exes. His own exes approached me. And of course there was a girl that he was talking to before me that I found old messages for, and he was like, no, I left her for you, yada yada. Never go with someone who says they left another girl for you, because they're going to do the exact same thing to you. But I didn't get that. I thought, this is different. He's proven that he cares about me. He says such lovely things. And he's willing to wait. I'm not even allowed to date till I'm 16, but he says he's willing to wait for me. That's so exciting. No, baby, no. 13-year-old Sammy did not know any better, and I don't blame her, but oh, if I could turn back time. I spent an entire summer pretty much enamored with Sullivan. And even though he was into things that I wasn't ready for, I thought, you know what? He knows best. It's fine. As long as I get to keep him around, I'll do whatever he says. And I was lucky enough to not be put in a position where worse could have happened. Let's just put it that way. I was so blessed that God was looking out for me and that I was able to take care of myself in the ways that definitely still matter to me today. But still, there are certain things that at 13 years old, obviously I wouldn't be comfortable with it, especially being the person that I was. And the fact that a 15-year-old guy pushed those ideas on me anyway, it says a lot about his character, and I should have realized that earlier. When the school year started, I saw less and less of him. I heard less from him. He started talking more to this other girl. I'm gonna call her Stacy, because why not? Stacy was really cute, and Stacy was his age, and I felt this crazy jealousy, and I kept telling myself, don't be jealous, don't ruin it, don't start assuming things. He's told you he loves you. Obviously he means it. And through snooping around on MySpace, I found out that, hey, he doesn't love me, he's seeing Stacy. What everyone had said about him was right. He cheated, and he was more than happy doing so. He's not the kind of person who feels guilty. That's just how he treats all the women he's with, unfortunately. And I had wasted a whole lot of time and energy on this person who really wasn't worth it, who hurt me significantly. I don't really hold any grudges against any of my exes because, things end all the time and it's for the best. But This one really was hard for me to not hold a grudge against because you did something kind of unforgivable to a 13-year-old girl. And she wouldn't have known better. Most 13-year-olds don't. But he took advantage of the fact that I was young and naive. I've been looking at it that way for a very long time, and I haven't really been able to see it another way until I realized something. The only reason I knew about him seeing Stacy was because I kept checking his MySpace page, because we were still very into MySpace back then. I wasn't actually even allowed on MySpace. I was sneaking onto social media so I could find out more about this kid. And in doing so, I got caught. I got caught on MySpace, and I was scolded by my parents, and they punished me. The punishment was no internet for a month. I think I probably also had no phone for a month. So I didn't really have much to do. I was bored, and I was sad and emotional and heartbroken, and I couldn't even vent about it on social media. Ugh, the horror. So what I decided to do was write a letter. And for whatever strange reason, I decided that I was going to write it to you and your brother. I told you guys everything that had happened to Solomon, and how awful I felt, and what my punishment was. And I told you about the rest of my life, and how much I missed you guys since you had moved to Canada. And I sent it off, and in a few weeks, I got one back that you guys were really excited that I wrote to you, and you wanted to write something back to me and tell me how your lives were going. And it's not like we couldn't send each other messages online. We had each other through Messenger. But this felt different. This felt nice. It was something that we wanted to keep going. And as a result of that letter, we sent each other more and more and more for years, until this very day where we still send each other letters. And we learned things about each other that no one else knew. And we kept this friendship that was unlike any other friendship I've ever had in my life. So as hard as it is for me to forgive Solomon for what he did to me, I kind of have to thank him, because without him, I never would have gotten caught. I never would have sent that letter. I never would have had this amazing friendship. And due to this friendship, it's not just having you guys in my life. I mean, it's given me so many things. You guys inspired me to start my Smilation blog, where I write the highlight of my day every chance I get, and I have nothing but entire blog posts about the things in my life that make me happy. You guys inspired me to start this channel. You guys inspired me to write letters to other people, which, you know, everybody loves getting mail. It's always exciting. Writing that letter was one of the best decisions I ever made in my entire life. And I wouldn't have gotten there if it wasn't for Solomon and his stupid decisions and his stupid personality and his stupid face making me stupid. Yeah, let's stick with that. That's eloquent, right? Basically, no matter how hard things get, and no matter how many cons there are to whatever just happened, there's always a pro. There's always some bright side and some light at the end of the tunnel, and it may take you a good 8 years to figure it out, but you can find it. Okay, that's as long as this video can be. I need to cut more crab claws before my mom gets home. So, I will hopefully be seeing you soon, and hopefully be sending another letter your way. I promise I'm gonna have to find time eventually, I promise. But I'll do it. I'll do it. Okay, that's it. Love, Sammy.